Hello, my name is Mike Gunderson, and welcome to another episode of First Class or Trash. I am the CEO of Gunder. We are a direct mail marketing agency here in the Bay Area. Eric, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, Eric Smith, President and COO of Incremental Media. We're a 20 plus year old offline marketing company based in New York.
Great. And I received a really cool piece in the mail, I have to say. I hope I'm not giving away my answer, but when I received this piece, it really spoke to me. It was beautifully designed. It was a really nice stock. And so I want to share that. I sent it to you via PDF, but hopefully you were able to still be able to get a kind of a good look at it. So let
Yeah,
me
I
go
think
ahead
it's
and
it's a really interesting piece. And so you were showing it to me before this too, that it kind of came in an envelope, then you opened it up and you could see as you kind of scroll down the creative, and then there's actually like a card, what we call an involvement device that someone could
yeah.
actually pull off and use. This is something we've been starting to do and doing a lot more of in package inserts. So even though this was direct mail, like inserts, if you ever get packages, and you see the pieces inside of those packages, we're the largest buyer of inserts in the country. And so we've learned that that involvement device, that card is really, really effective. You've probably seen like a HelloFresh card before or something like that in the either in direct mail or in a package. So that really intrigued me. I thought it was interesting that they did it in an envelope as opposed to it just being a card on the outside. We found that, people obviously have to open the envelope to see the card. So there might have been some sort of practical reason why they did that. But overall, I was really impressed with this piece. I think there's a lot to like about it. Huge offer, really clear, still feels very premium and high end though. And again, love the card. We've seen that drive like 40 to 50% better CPAs for certain clients who use it. So yeah, really intrigued by this one. What do you think?
Yeah, but first of all, kudos to the printer. And if you're, I don't know, if the printer's 243 on the permit number. I'm not sure if they were the printer or not. I haven't looked it up, but kudos to the printer. I mean, it's a good, like I said, it's a gorgeous piece. The floral motif is bright. It's floral. It's exciting. They kind of hit all the, kind of all the top direct mail tactics here. Offer on the outside, engaging visuals as they get on the inside. One side of this insert is just focused on the offer $50 award, which is really nice. And then on the and really making you feel good. Tis the season to treat yourself. Really putting it on you and why you deserve this award. And to be honest, $50 is kind of a big deal. I mean, that's something. That's not $20. It's not 10% off. It just feels substantial. And I think making it huge like this kind of really helps the impact. And then as you mentioned, when we get down here onto the tip on card, it has everything you need to respond. You can take this thing off, you can bring it right to the store, you can keep it in your wallet and shop online later. And then they even have the QR code here. So all in all, I mean, this piece has a lot going for it, and I think it works really, really well. I did have a couple of, improvements, but I first want to turn it over to you, Eric. What are your thoughts on improvements on this piece, or is there any improvements on this piece that you would make?
Yeah, it was interesting. I just noticed it actually as you were scrolling through. I didn't notice it before, but the $50 off is only on a purchase of $100 or more. I probably wouldn't drive that point home, but I thought it was interesting that they, sort of buried it on the card as opposed to like the massive other panel that has the big $50 off on it. Because I was like, damn, $50 off. What if I only spend, $40? Is it free? So, anyways, interesting that they
50% off, still a big deal though, right? I mean, that's a
no,
huge offer.
it's a great offer. Yeah, I totally agree. And we actually talked about this in a previous episode, but scan to shop is great. I think sometimes people just throw a QR code on a piece and don't really explain what you're supposed to do with it. So I like that that's there. So in terms of improvements, I honestly don't have a ton. I think there's a little bit more you could do in terms of like brand benefits or product benefits or things like that. But most people know what Tommy Bahama is, and you can kind of get the feel just even by looking at the piece. So if you're not sure, you could be like, damn, what's this good offer? I might as well go check out this brand and find out. So yeah, I don't have a ton that I would say that needs to be improved on this piece.
Yeah, I didn't have too much here. I mean, like I said, it was a really well designed piece. One of the things that I thought could be improved is if they used a folding card versus an insert. They could have used the interior for that tip on card still, but then they could have added maybe some imagery of fall fashions or kind of what they're up to. And the fact, to be honest, I believe this is a customer mailer to my wife, but I don't remember really shopping at Tommy Bahama really in it, in the near future. I mean, so had to have been over a year ago. And so, it would have been nice to say, well, what can I use this $50 for? I think that would have been helpful. And then really the QR code is a kind of a little bit of a fail here. Although it's here and it's nice to have it here, I think having it on the tip-on card could have actually given it a little bit more prominence on the piece. And if they weren't able to do that, then definitely just make that QR code a little bit larger. It looks like a little bit of an afterthought, and I just thought it could have been a little bit better design. But for my assessment, this is definitely in the first class category. Well, I did open it, and this is even something that might even drive me to retail with this great offer.
Yeah, I agree. First class for sure. I think we're both pretty harsh critiques for brands and what they do in this space because this is what we do for a living. But I think there are definitely one or two things you could improve here, but overall, I think it's a really, really strong first class piece.
I just wanted to mention one more time, like at least on my screen, I don't know if it'll come through on the recording, but you can even see the texture of this paper. I mean, it's really just really nice paper. So definitely
Yeah.
caught my eye. So, well, great. That's another episode of First Class or Trash. We hope you enjoyed it. Again, my name is Mike Gunderson. If you want to connect with me, just connect with me on LinkedIn. Love to connect and share more about what we're doing here at Gunder in terms of direct mail. And how can they connect with you, Eric?
Yeah, incrementalmedia.com, or just search Eric Smith and hopefully you can find me on LinkedIn.
Okay, great. All right.
Thanks,
Well,
everybody.
thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.